Welcome everybody to a new series that I like to call... Now a lot of you might be thinking, what does this low rent Tom Hardy know about giving out kung fu reviews? Not a lot, but I'm going to be having a go anyway, and if you enjoy it even the slightest bit, even a smidge, consider tickling me like button, and hell, just for shits and giggles, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? And the reason I'm using Prodigal Son to kick off the series is not just nostalgia for me, but it's one of the first great, good kung fu movies that I saw that kick-started the whole love for the genre for me, with another couple involved, but we'll get to them. But enough about my nostalgia, let's go ahead and jump into the review. The movie starts off with our protagonist Long Chang, played by Yuen Biao, who's just out for a spot of lunch.
Ah, Master Chang!
When it's quickly apparent that Long Chang himself is deluded into believing that he is the Kung Fu King of the city.
We're extremely honored to have you here today, Master Chang.
The truth is quickly revealed that his own parents are his own personal fight fixers that try to keep him out of harm's way, with the aid of his slightly special and equally as strange manservant. After this initial introduction to Long Chang's current kung fu skills and fight fixing background, we are quickly whisked away to the local Peking opera show by a very quick intro to some of Long Chang's long-term friends.
Oh, the opera? That sounds boring. I'm not interested.
The lead actress quickly becomes one of Master Long's friend's female infatuations. That friend later discovers that she is actually a he, and named Yi Tai.
Oh, Yi Tai, such a lovely name.
After becoming awkwardly sexually aggressive and demanding towards Yi Tai's character, making strange sexual advances and innuendos, Yi Tai makes short work of Master Long's friends by dispatching them from his dressing room.
How come you got a man's voice, you fool? Can't you tell he's a man?
You better leave right now before I decide to kill you.
They then, ego damaged, go to Long Chang to seek his revenge for their damaged egos by asking Long Chang to challenge Yi Tai to a fight.
Which one's Long Yi Tai?
This proves a massive turning point in the story for Master Long, as he is told when confronting Yi Tai before the fight even starts that his kung fu is a sham and a joke, and that he's known only as the most famous fight fixer in the city.
Famous fight fixer who'll pay anyone to lose.
And not the Kung Fu King. Long Chang, unable to accept this news, challenges Yi Tai to prove his point. As you can imagine, this works out very bad for our protagonist Long Chang. And he returns home, embarrassed and disgraced and bruised, to confront his kung fu trainers. Coming up against his own fight trainers, he convinces them that they either fight fairly with all their might, on the condition they win or they leave his home as his kung fu trainers.
Whether we win or lose, we've always let him beat us up. I say we get our revenge before we leave.
They decide awfully quick that the best move for them, being that they would have to leave the home either way, is to fight with all their might and disgrace Long Chang and show him how useless his kung fu skills really are. The film then goes on for around 10 minutes, where Long tries to prove himself to Yi Tai so that Yi Tai can become his new master and teach him the ways of Wing Chun and Kung Fu.
Master Long, I've made up my mind. You're going to be my master.
During this time, it is discovered that one of the leading generals in the opera show have been knocking off a married woman, and the husband just turns out to be a Kung Fu master.
What's done is done. Now our husband's after me. I must hide. He'll kill me if he finds...
Substituting the actor who plays the general for Long Chang's character, so to save the friend of actor Yi Tai taking a whooping for his actions by the Kung Fu master, Long Chang quickly becomes under fire from an angry husband and his posse. This only moments later after Long Chang being beat the hell out of spews onto the stage and leaves Yi Tai no choice but to defend himself and young Master Long against his attackers. These actions unfortunately grab the unwanted attention of a true kung fu master in the audience, who is on a quest, not unlike Long Chan's, to become the kung fu king. The main difference in this character and Long's character is that this character in the audience is a lord and is twice as vicious when fighting as anyone else we have seen in the movie up to this point. And just as equally wealthy. This is portrayed by inviting the entire opera show to dinner just to meet Yi Tai. Plus, when he's on scene, he's wearing the most lavish attire and dripping in gold. The opera dinner was the perfect setup for the Lord to challenge Yi Tai to a friendly fight based on the skills that he saw on the stage of the opera.
I think I'll have to oblige him.
The fight leads into Yi Tai being equally as good as the Lord, but also pinpoints and shows a weakness in Yi Tai as the fight proves to be slightly too much for him and his health gets the better of him. It's not explained what Yi Tai's health issues are. The Lord graciously accepts that Yi Tai is not well and says once he is healed back to health, they will continue their battle.
Kung fu fighter, but it wouldn't be fair if I fought you. You're not feeling well. Mr. Leung, I'll wait till you're better. We'll fight again.
At this point, Long Chan proves his loyalty to his soon-to-become master by nursing Yi Tai when no one else can. Later that night, in Yi Tai's weakened state, he is attacked in his room by ninjas. Yes, ninjas. Because martial arts films, you know, just because. At this point, it turns out that the Lord's own parents are not dissimilar to Master Long's parents in that they've decided that anybody who can challenge their son, the Lord, should not be able to challenge him, and that he should be the best because of the amount of work and training and effort he has put in. This is where the film takes a massive turn to the dark side, with all the ninjas murdering the entire opera group in cold blood whilst they sleep and causing several cuts and bruises to Yi Tai before the night is up. And not before Yi Tai reveals the main two ninjas' identity by unmasking the Lord's henchman and thus figuring out the identity of his attacker and blaming the Lord himself. Unfortunately, the entire cast of the opera are dead and the entire show is burnt to the ground by the end of this scene. In a strange turn for the better, we are now introduced to an amazing light-hearted intro to Sammo Hung's character and his equally charming daughter support character in one of the most memorable scenes in the entire movie.
And footwork. Concentration.
Sammo uses calligraphy to teach his daughter some fundamentals of Wing Chun and Kung Fu theory, and whilst doing so, he wields the calligraphy brush like an extension of his own arm.
Good.
For Sammo's build, he shows how quick he can be, and not for the first or last time in the movie. The scene is ended by a little nod to Sammo being able to take a joke at his own expense, where the bars on the window give way to Sammo's balancing trapeze act.
Can't understand why I fell. Oh.
Definitely one of my favourite scenes in the movie.
Father, you better rest. You must be tired.
We soon discover Sammo Hung's character is the brother of Yi Tai, and Yi Tai is the more intelligent, feminine brother, as opposed to Sammo being the bigger, more alpha male with all brawn and no brains. The sibling rivalry at this point is highly amusing and at times non-PC and entertaining, more so for it.
Right, you faggot. Daughter, let's go home.
At this point, Yi Tai has given in to Long Chan's persistent helping and grovelling and decided to become his kung fu master.
Wing Chun has 8 different hand styles. Straight, round, hop, block, stop, and go.
Long Chan is almost spoiled at this point in the movie, as now he has Yi Tai offering the assistance of his older brother, as they both have their own strengths and weaknesses. Sammo resists at first, but his ego won't let him not be a part of Long Chan's training.
Hit my hand. Again. Again. You missed it. Didn't think you'd retreat. You expect me just to stand there? Your enemy won't stand still.
Cue training montage. After Long Chan's training, the Lord returns to the film after searching for Yi Tai for an entire training montage period,
Where is Lung Yi Tai?
to be received negatively by Yi Tai and told about the killing of his opera friends and his assassination
You
attempt.
should have come here during the night wearing a mask. Then you could have set fire to the house and murdered all of us.
Hearing this, the Lord's henchmen quickly dispatch of Yi Tai by murdering him with knives. Long Chang, witnessing this attack, then turns on the Lord, to be grabbed back and told by Yi Tai not to challenge the Lord.
Because he is the Lord, that's why. If you fight with them, your family will be jailed.
Cut to Long Chan not listening, and one of the most epic end boss battles in history to date, in my opinion. Yes, I love it that much. Utilising his new Wing Chun skills, Long Chan challenges the Lord to fight in a forest with no witnesses for his masters and the opera's honour. The fight scene itself is very realistic and kept within the bounds of believability, which is one of the reasons I think it holds so much weight and charm. And oh my god, the headbutt scene. Can we talk about the headbutt scene? Cue headbutt scene. I give this movie 4 out of 5 Yunbus and a drunk foo seal of approval. I recommend this movie to you all. Go give it a try if you haven't already. It's a great watch, it's hilarious at times, and you'll get to witness some of the best Wing Chun martial arts to date. It's a total blast and one of the drunk's all-time faves. Now I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, hell, drop me a like, let me know you liked it, I'll make more. That said, Drunken's out, peace out, and I'll see you next time.